Hello and welcome back possibly to the Me Joe Schmo channel. If you're new, we do things a little bit differently here. It's best to get that out of the way now. We have brunch on Saturdays instead of Sundays because I spend my Sundays sleeping off the brunch that I ate on Saturday. Yeah, we don't really plan any meetups for this. We all just kind of go out on Saturday, get brunch. And there's one rule: if you see me at the diner, if we happen to actually meet up at the same establishment, you have to buy my breakfast for me. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, I just come up with the ideas and then enforce them. And there are a lot of things going on right now, it seems, that have just caught my interest. Nicky Avocado is going to die soon once he figures out that the McRib is back at McDonald's.
I ordered 6, so we still have more back here. But someone please tell me too, is champagne, does it have sulfites and sulfur that I won't drink it? I'll take that back to Costco too. Because I really need to be careful about my sulfur thing.
Old people are just scaring the hell out of me more and more every single day, and that pretty much sums up most of what I'm interested in. Old people scare me, and Nicky Avocado is also scaring me. I think both of these things actually have a theme. I think there's a theme here to today's episode because both of these things are things that I will eventually come or could possibly become, and that just scares the shit out of me. Nicky Avocado was once a very skinny, talented with the violin, I believe, man. And he is now mukbanged. If you're not familiar, mukbang is when you eat a bunch of food directly into the microphone. And yeah, that's it. You just eat a ton of food and you record the audio real good. And some people really like that. Nicky Avocado is doing that to the point where he became, he started off as a real slender guy. He was real skinny, such as myself. And he has now become, what is the medical term? Morbidly obese, I believe would be the medical term. Some of you might get mad at me for fat shaming. I'm not per se fat shaming. I'm just pointing out the obvious issue here. He's at a point now where he's damaging his health. And there's really nothing else for me to say about the topic that hasn't already been said. If you are new to the topic, I've pretty much already summed it up. There's been a lot of controversy. This guy is gaining weight very fast. Just a few years ago, he was very slim, and he's very overweight now. He clearly got some mental issues that it actually seems like he's very aware of. He seems somewhat self-aware in there. He makes comments such as, "You're doing this to me." But yeah, the guy is he's collecting revenue from slowly endgaming himself. In regards to the other stuff with old people just scare me in general, and I'm drawn to this thing lately. I'm trying to decide if stupid people just tend to get lucky, or if you just become less and less coherent as you get older. I mean, I guess you at some point hit a point where you start to become less coherent, but I don't know. It just baffles me. And I think what frustrates me about it is I'm scared that I again could become that. I'm gonna become out of touch, and I guess as I become older, I'm gonna become less and less in touch with things going on in pop culture. But it's not even that. It's these basic things that people learn, they just refuse to learn. They get to a point where they refuse to learn, and they use their age as an excuse. And that just frustrates the heck out of me, because it boils down to incompetence sometimes in their jobs. I mean, I know somebody at the age of 40 learned how to read because he had to. I mean, he got to a point where he just couldn't not know how to read anymore. But I also know older people that they don't know how to use their microwave. And it just kind of makes me sad because I want to help, but I don't think they want to be helped. I think some of them are stubborn and they don't want to learn. So that basically sums that up. I mean, it's just kind of reflection I've had lately. I've been thinking about, am I going to become that? Is it inevitable? Or is it all just ignorance? Is it all just truly ignorance? And I really don't have an answer for that. Microwave guy is a real guy, and I consider him to be a smart person. And I just don't understand why he doesn't want to learn how to use his microwave. It sounds kind of funny, but it scares me because I have so many things that I love to do that I feel as time progresses and I age, they're just all slowly going to be taken away from me. And one thing that I would always find comfort in is the idea that I'll always have my wits. I'll always see myself as smart and be able to learn things, I guess. And I like learning things. I like to know how to do things. And the concept of being physically unable to do anything, this included majorly, really ruffles my feathers. Another great example of this is this.
Isn't it true when you would hang out with Dominic Black and you play Call of Duty and other first-person shooter video games?
Sometimes.
And those are games in which you use weapons like AR-15s to pretty much shoot anybody who comes at you, correct?
This is not a political statement. I'm not taking a side in the case. I'm just saying that if your side is against the defendant, you should be pretty pissed off at this guy. This whole case is just aggravating the heck out of me. I mean, watch this. Watch this great clip.
iPads, which are made by Apple, have artificial intelligence in them that allow things to be viewed through 3 dimensions and logarithms. So this isn't actually enhanced video. This is Apple's iPad programming creating what it thinks is there.
Every one of those jurors is familiar with this process. This is a fundamental part of our lives nowadays. It's much like 100 years ago people used magnifying glasses. This is no different than that.
You're giving me as a defense, it's no different from using a magnifying glass. I don't believe that.
Oh my God. And they're all like pumped up about it. Like, I'm sorry. This guy, none of these people should be on this case. This is ridiculous. And the judge is just equally to blame. I mean, you should be, if you were a judge, especially on this case, if you were, no, you know what? Screw it. If you're a judge, you are a member of society and you are judging people. That is, you're a judge. And to be able to do that effectively, especially in today's day and age, you need to be caught up with media. You need to be caught up with the lingo that the kids are using today, or you're going to be very, very easily misguided. Cases are going to be misrepresented. It's going to be the first time that you're seeing this lingo, the media, and the context is going to be misrepresented to you, and you're going to buy all of it, as he has in this example. Just, you need to educate yourself. It's your job. All these politicians, all of these judges, these people that make these big decisions, you are not just the boomer's god. You're not just there to protect people your age. You're there to govern the entire country. And when there's these clear examples of decay and incompetence, I don't know how you stay in these positions, first of all, and I don't know how you can sleep at night thinking that you're justified to have the position. I mean, just scroll through TikTok for a half hour every night. Make it like a workout routine, just so you can stay educated and up to date on all these things, so you can do your job properly. Like, it's just, you're so out of touch. If not financially, if not class-based, you're out of touch with just pop culture, which sounds stupid, but it's not. Words change. The meaning of words change. Today, there's fights. There's large amounts of people that clash on what the meaning of a word should be. And if you don't understand all these different aspects and all these different ideas and all these different people and where they come from, you're just not going to be able to do your job competently. Also, we lost the dislike button, which I don't think this is so much. I think this is actually a smart move. I disapprove of it. I don't like it. I think if you can't take a couple dislikes, then you shouldn't be producing content on the internet. I hate to sound this way, but in the spur of the moment, I can't think of a better way to say it than I hate the allowance of people to become soft. And it's not that I think people like, oh, you should just take in a toxic, but I think you should be able to. And I think by not being able to know how to react in certain situations against toxic people or toxic situations, not only are you're not doing yourself justice, because you're not letting yourself create the tools necessary, or you're not letting your kids in this instance. I mean, more so, like, it's more so the older generation not allowing the younger generation to develop skills properly, life skills, to how to react in certain situations. And it gets progressively worse, I guess, would be the basic understanding of this, which there is some debate, and I'm not entirely right. I'm not going to make a whole video about that because I just don't know enough about psychological aspects of these issues. But there is something to be said. I mean, everything has to be sugar-coated. Everything has to be nice. And it's having obvious negative effects on certain people in society. But anyway, yeah, dislike button, bad. And the only thing I can see is this is not for small creators, as said in the video. This is to help larger creators. I guess there could be an argument that they are legitimately trying to crack down on crowd. What do they call it? Mob mentality. You know, like, oh, one person gets mad, no, everyone's mad. Like the Eugenia Cooney situation is like ridiculous if you look into that. The girl is actually like the opposite of Nikki Avocado. She has an eating disorder, and she battles with it. It's very clear that she's fighting this eating disorder. She relapses. She goes back and forth, and people's way of helping her get better is just to try to bully her off the internet. And a lot of people, and I've talked to these people, I've gotten in the comments. I was going to make a video about it, but it's too serious for me to talk about. I'm not good enough for that type of thing. Leave that to the Turkey Toms of the world. But yeah, they don't even know what they're saying. They have no concept. They just got scooped up in this hate mob, and now they're like bullying this girl for having an eating disorder, but they've justified it that they're helping her somehow. It's absolutely absurd. And I guess you could say the same thing about Nikki Avocado. I would have to hear that. I'd have to hear that. But there just seems to be a nuance that separates the two situations. I don't personally go out and bully either of them. I guess I was a little hard on Nikki Avocado in this video, but to me, I would have to say that this dislike button ruling is to protect mostly like advertisers, commercials, large media entities, and it really is a control stunt, so they can manipulate people more. They can push content more, and there's less of a public filter, I'll call it. There's less of a display of a public approval or disapproval on the video, which will make it easier for YouTube to have you watch whatever they want you to watch. Which I do not agree with. I mean, that to me almost feels like you're taking away a freedom. You're taking away a decision. You're taking away a choice. And people don't like that. People like freedom. People like to be able to make their own choices. And you may not be directly censoring content yet, but you are controlling, you are taking steps to control what people will consume and what people will choose to consume more of. And I don't agree with that. This video has been way too long, and I've rambled a lot. I just shot the shit with you for a little bit. This is the vibe I'm going for. I just want to hop on the mic and shoot a little bit of shit with the boys. You know what I'm saying, or girls? You know, whoever's hanging out over here at the Me Joe Schmo channel. If you stuck around this long, you better like the video. Screw it, shoot me a dislike. I don't give a crap. But no matter what you do, if you stuck around this long and you liked it, you should definitely subscribe. Hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and here's a really funny video out of context I found.
We want to cuddle with Pikachu and have sex in the back of the car.